Hello and welcome back to the Battle Room. I'm, of course, the Battle Room, and today I'm joined by Raghav. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm finally free, done with, school, done with NAIC where I kicked your ass.
It's true. It's true.
Honestly, just feeling good, and we got some great news for next season. Obviously, we still have the World Championships, but they've released a little bit of, changes to the circuit, what next year is going to look like, the next season, and I think we got some good stuff, so I'm excited to break it down with you.
Yeah, it's gonna be hype. Like, I'm glad they're announcing it a little bit early. Obviously, we'll take it. Like, we can't complain. And yeah, let's just hop right into it. So we've got the start date for the League Cups right off the bat. It's going to be September 1st for VGC, and then July 1st for TCG and Go, which is, nothing too crazy. It's exciting that we have a date though. And then here's a big change: is the Swiss tournament rounds. So they're going to be adding one extra round, I believe, in day 2 now, and then it's going to be a hard cut of like it's going to be all X2s, but it's going to be up to top 16. So there could potentially be bubbles, but mathematically, I think it's very unlikely that we'll see bubbles.
I think it's almost impossible, but I'm not like a math whiz, I am Indian and I do play Pokemon, but I'm actually not that good at math, despite, what one might expect. But I think this is an overall good change. Like on the surface, you might think, damn, making top cut's so hard now. You have to go like, say NAIC, it would have been 11-2 to top cut.
Yeah.
But if you really think about it, it's just how it looks. You'd have to do that anyway to get top 16, but this way it like kind of ensures that you actually get it rather than losing in cut after going like having an amazing run and then you lose the first round and you miss, right? So this way you actually guarantee a better points for your Swiss record. And I think a lot of people, when we got the new format last year, were like, why isn't there an extra Swiss round? So yeah. I like this change.
Yeah, and it's also pretty big just because it makes the Swiss rounds more important, like you said, like you get rewarded. But it's also like, at the end of the day, if you're X and 2 going into the last round, you might end up just getting top 32 anyways, and it's just kind of like, like you would have gotten top 32 had you lost that round, so now you just get to play, instead of a bracket, you're playing a random opponent. So it does add a, not random, obviously, they're going to be your same record, but it is, it's randomized in terms of like it's not seeded yet, which I do think is kind of like, it's kind of nice because I think Pokemon is a game of variables and matchups, and sometimes like it is kind of BS when you look at the bracket and you say, oh man, that really sucks. I have to play the guy I lost to, or I have to play the dude with the bad matchup. So I think overall,
that's true. You can't play them again. Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, it's like a pretty good change, and I think that it doesn't. I think it's just like it looks like it's a change. But realistically, you're going to be playing the same amount of rounds if you were to get top 16 before. So it doesn't change much, but just rewards people who do well.
Yeah, it's objectively good in my opinion.
This doesn't matter. We don't really have round rule change for TCG. And then we have a big one here, which is the championship point table adjustments. So they changed some kickers for the GCs, global challenges, for regionals and stuff, but the biggest one here is that grand challenges and global challenges now provide separate rewards per rating zone. So that's huge because that means like normally when we have the GCs, we're competing against everyone that's not Korea or Japan, but now it is just purely do better than Americans. So that's going to change a lot. GCs are even more important. Like you really need to show up and probably go a little bit deeper in the GCs than last year.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's easier though now because, last time I think we easily could have gotten outclassed by some like European players.
Yeah.
So I think if we take all of our GC finishes from last year, they actually get better because there's probably fewer Americans. So I think this makes it easier for everyone. Everyone gets a bit more points. But like you said, they're really important. And if you're trying to make worlds, which I think, everyone should believe they can. Like, I think it's totally doable. You just have to fill up all your slots. Like, you have to go to as many locals as possible, fill the BFLs, and same with the GCs. Actually really try. And this should give you, like, a little bit more leeway and get some more points now.
And then there will be another Ace Trainer reward program, which, if you don't know what that is, they give you like a little trading card if you get a certain number of points. So it was 200 championship points.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, some people really like it. It's like a fun little like benchmark to go to, so they're going to continue doing that. Unite will be at regionals. Cool, I guess. And then we have the dates and locations for a couple regionals and all the internationals. So yeah, let's hop into some of the bigger changes here. So first things first is the world qualification. We got bumped up to 80 invites instead of 75. So we got They were generous. They gave us 5 extra invites, but you know, it's a
I'll
nice
take
change.
it, man,
I'll take
I
it. I'll
guess.
take it.
It doesn't really matter to me. I prefer the bar, honestly, but like, it is what it is.
The bar, in my opinion, is just better because like I wish they kind of just calculated and like roughly put how many people they want in. Obviously, there comes some math and they can mess up, but for the most part, I would prefer a bar just so you kind of know like, do I got to work harder? Do I got to go to more events instead of like, maybe I'm good, maybe I'm not. You know, like it can be a little bit frustrating, especially if you're like at the bottom where you're like, fuck, I really need to book like 3 more regionals now. I need to like fly to fucking Europe, right? It starts to get a little bit more stressful. Which a bar would just avoid because you know what you need. But then we
That's
also,
how I feel.
yeah, and then I mean we still have the free bonus if you win a regional, you win a special event, you get a invite, or if you get first through fourth at an IC, and direct invites do not pass down, which we did see this year. Thank you, Wolf.
Sorry, I almost dropped the mug.
But yeah, I think
No, but you're spitting right now. It's basically the same, like everywhere else.
But yeah, so I think overall 80 is fine. I think, I don't know. I just wish they would figure out the bar, just figure out what mathematically it needs to be. But we'll take 5 more. Can't complain.
Yeah, it does give it a bit of like a prestige thing, I guess. It's like you're the top 80, you know. But like, I don't know. I prefer the bar for the certainty reasons, like for as a player, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think like the game is not big enough yet to like kind of warrant this level of like this type of like hype, I guess. I think the player base like would really appreciate a bar, but I'm not gonna complain too much. I do like a lot of the changes they've made.
And then the league challenge and cups remain the same, so 50 and 15. Best limit, finish limit of 4 each, so once it's the same exact thing as last year. And then now we have, let's look at the regionals first. So the pricing, our pricing did not change. $6,000 for the winner, 4,000, 2,000, 1,000, 750, same thing. They did change the CP limit a little bit. The most notably, the top 8, the top 16 used to be like, I think it was 160 points. It was something absurd.
Holy shit.
Maybe it was 120. It was up there though, right?
That's
Now
probably 100.
now it's 80, right? So it's like it's still a significant like reward and achievement for getting top 8, but it's not like I mean, like for me, when I got top 8 at the first regional I went to this season, and after that I was done. I was consistently in the top 20, and I think at the end of the season I ended top 40. Like I knew I was safe because that top 8 was carrying me. I obviously still went to events and day 2'd almost every event I went to, but it did help. That top 8 was just huge, so they nerfed that a little bit, which I think was a good thing. And yeah, so it's just increases by 40.
Low-key top 8, top 4 is like nothing. Wow, it's like 20 points. Like, so I think if you get a top 8, you're feeling spicy. You're feeling really good. And that top 16 is super juicy. And that is top cut now, so it actually does make sense.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a jump. And then, yeah, the kickers are still like, it really doesn't, the kickers don't really affect us too much. Obviously this one, the 256, being 513 is pretty nice. And then obviously you need, basically every tournament is going to have half the competitors getting CP, which is pretty good. Still that best finish limit of 5.
Shared between internets,
yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of internets, they did change those a little bit. The prizes remain the same, 15K for the winner, so on and so forth.
They should give us more money, man.
I'm not gonna lie.
You get United every regional, nobody even plays that game.
The internets, I don't know how big of the changes here, but like it kind of seems like if we look back to the regionals, right? Like if you're getting top 32 is pretty hard. That's going to be 240. So that's going to be about top 8 at a regional, and which I think makes sense.
They should give you more, dude.
And then top 64 is going to be 180, and that's going to be about top 32 at a regional. So yeah, I think that's actually pretty fair point distribution, to be honest. Internets might deserve a little bit more, but
I think top 16 at internets is insane. Like you should get a little bit more, maybe.
yeah, because you're in cut then for that point. But that's going to be 300 big ones, which is pretty nuts.
No, that's true. That's actually a lot. I'm tripping.
The bar is going to go up a little bit for sure because of the way they changed GCs. There's just more points given out, and then there's still going to be a lot of points from this. So like, I don't know, 300 is probably like a third of your invite. You're probably chilling.
Yeah, I think the bar is probably going to be 1,000 this year.
I think they will be closer to 1,000. Maybe, like, 1100-ish, maybe like a little under, I would say, is
Do you
probably
think there's gonna be like a 200 point swing? Because what was the bar this year? 947, right?
947. Yeah, probably about 1,000, probably about 100 point swing would be my guess, because there's just going to be about
I guess
100
that makes
points,
sense.
100 points from the GCs you would expect.
Actually, you're so right. Like, if I think about it, how our points would have been inflated, we would have
Yeah.
had like at least 100 more points.
Yeah, exactly.
'Cause I
Maybe
think
more.
we did really well in the GCs too, so you would have gotten like a top 4 maybe in a GC or something, or even first. Who knows?
I think I would have got a top. Yeah, I would have got top 4 for sure. Maybe like a second, maybe. I don't remember that GC that I got 5th in. No, I got 5th. Yeah, I was definitely chilling. I think I might have gotten a first. No, I think Nails
That's
won.
what I'm saying. Like, if you were the
Yeah.
highest American, like
Yeah.
things changed a lot.
So yeah, I think that the CP changes will probably inflate it by about 100. Don't come crying to me when you try to base your invite off that. But yeah, I think overall the changes are pretty solid, and then we did get some regional locations already. We got some nice. We got Milwaukee again, and we also got the Las Vegas Pokemon Regional Championship, which is fucking nuts. Let me tell you, that's a crazy one.
Dude, that is crazy. All the prize money that is being handed out will be lost immediately and gone to the corporate community of the casino owners.
But yeah, we only have 3 so far in North America. There's actually a ton in Europe. There's a decent amount.
Okay, wait though. This is on the official website, but I think Adi posted on Twitter. Is that fake or is that real? He posted on Twitter like the locations in the video. Like the video had Orlando, Vancouver, LA as well.
Maybe
If
they're
you
just
pull
not.
up
Maybe they're
Adi's
not.
Twitter, you can see what I'm talking about. So we got Toronto, Orlando, San Antonio, LA, and Vancouver as well.
And Indy, yeah. So I guess they
Indy,
just don't have these like locked in yet, but they did show these in the video, so we do have potential more. And I mean, hopefully there's more.
It makes sense.
Hopefully there's a little bit more than this, but crazy that we have an LA regional and then the Worlds is just in San Francisco.
It's so good for me, dude. I can't even lie. They literally, I
And
was like,
Las
dude, I'm not going to
Vegas.
Hawaii. Like solidarity with native people everywhere. It's like, Raghav, we need to do a Worlds. Here's LA and Anaheim, and here's San Francisco, and I'll take it, man.
And who knows, if there's an LA regional and the Las Vegas regional, you're chilling, dude. You got 2 like within like an hour. That's gonna be lit.
Oh, and I'm graduating in December, so the rest of the season I'm not going to be able to go to school again until like September. So I have a lot of free time. Obviously, I'll be working, but like honestly, it was easier to manage going to regionals with my work schedule than it was with school, and so I'm really excited to go to more events next year. I'm on a different type of energy. I'm gonna win everything.
And all I'm saying is, in the video, they did show a lot of Mega Evolutions, and people are hypothesizing that we could be getting champions earlier than expected. Who knows? Who's to say? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that's all the information we got for you in the video today. It's pretty hype stuff. Nothing too crazy change-wise. I think overall pretty positive. Maybe we could have used a bar. That's the biggest complaint I have. But overall, pretty solid announcement.
No, I'm so excited. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you're all trying to make Worlds next year. And if you see us at an event, please say hi. Let's chop it up and let's get that Worlds invite together, y'all.
We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.